welcome along to LUTV's coverage of this Sunday's fixture at the Sotrac Stadium. Leeds United Women taking on Solihull Moors Women in the FA Women's National League Plate, and get more information on all the competition as we can later. But Leeds, first of all, Rick Passmore's gone with Handy, Hindle, Hamill, Hannon, Smart, Underdown, Smith, Whittam, Brown, Ellis and Danby. It's then Simpson, Price, Robson, Williams and Woodruff. As for today's visitors, it will wear the yellow and blue strip you can see in front of you as we just wait for the two teams' official photo to take place. Tom Blair Myers goes with Savage, Roberts, Bruton, Queenie, Howard, Walker, Rogers, McFadden, Jarius, Ross, Baker, and Highway. It is then Downs, Hornsby, Sloan, Jameson and Taylor for Solihull in the substitutes. So Leeds will just go through their final preparations before kick-off. Not the best afternoon for football, quite miserable conditions, just turns just before kick-off, and it will have to be a tough affair. But this competition created for teams beaten in the first round of the FA Women's National League Cup, which these two were, and a bit more on that later. Myself, Tom Hill and Jodie Hunter will be doing all the commentary for you, and hopefully what will be a victory first of all, a strong performance, but quite a few changes since the last time we were able to cover the women's team. It's a level we know that can happen at, with people moving left, right and centre, and then obviously players getting a chance. So hopefully Rick Passmore's team, the team that he's put out today on the bench, can get the job done, Jodie.
Yeah, I think obviously throughout the whole team we've got a strong set of players, and obviously a full squad is what you want, being able to obviously rotate if there's players in and out injured and things like that. So hopefully we can put a good strong performance on today.
Yeah, fingers crossed that is the case, as Leeds just wait for the referee's instructions as the rain falls at the Sotrac Stadium. Decent form for both teams. Leeds have managed to recover their form since that cup defeat to York. Loughborough Lightning got the better of Solihull in the first round of that cup competition. So at least it's a chance for both teams to potentially get their hands on a trophy. At the same time, it can be quite distracting as the two teams prepare their final team talks, because last year we had this rather random situation, Jodie, where Leeds didn't play at home in the league for about 2 to 3 months. It was cup galore, cups and progress, which was good. Did get to a cup final, but important that these games are sort of taken in the stride as well, but it can be quite unsettling.
Yeah, obviously we've had quite a few postponements, and the league and the county cups and things obviously got mixed up, and I think their last home game was October time, and then obviously the next game in the league was January. So obviously it's hard to kind of keep focus on the league when you've got so many cups kind of taking precedent.
Yeah, fingers crossed that's not the issue this season. Just waiting for Solihull Moors to be ready for action, which they are now finally. And Solihull playing in the Division 1 Midlands, so similar level to Leeds. So be interested to see what performance we get out from Solihull. It's not a team that are lower down the pyramid or higher, and it might take a couple of minutes to just try and feel each other out, Jodie. It's not that much of a common opponent, but yeah, it's not a team that, of course, with the league you'll play. If you play them again in the cup, you know what to expect. So maybe we might get 5 minutes of steady, sort of approach from both teams. Of course, it could go the other way, and it could be a bit more of a chaotic start. But especially with the conditions, Solihull will probably want to try and get a feel for the pitch as well.
Yeah, obviously we won't really know too much about this team, even though they're in the same level. Like you say, it's in the Midlands. We don't play many teams from there. Obviously we see likes of Doncaster Bells in the cup, the Memorial Trophy, sorry, and I think they're doing quite well in the league, is Solihull, with only 1 loss so far this season.
Yeah, certainly are. They've had a decent run of form, as you say, Jodie. 4 wins, 2 draws, 1 defeat from their league standings, and now on the ball attacking this Leeds United backline, but well dealt with by Smart and Handy. Just keep things nice and compact and get Leeds ticking over defensively. Brownie Hannon in the 12 jersey just in front of the defence, trying to guide that traffic around the park, and Underdown in midfield trying to help out. Danby on the left couldn't get to that ball, and now Underdown's touch is important, gets enough of a touch on the ball to make sure Leeds get back in possession. Just sitting in front of the back four Underdown, and we know she can have an impact on the ball from range. Got some cracking goals last year.
It's good to see her get a start. I know she's been working really hard in training, and obviously outside of training she's obviously putting the work in. Hopefully we can see some of that today.
Yeah, down the left hand side for Solihull to attack, and they're not going to be able to get to that. That's good work from Catherine Hamill. Just ushers the ball out of play, and Solihull trying to put the pressure on early from this goal kick. If they can, of course, they'll do that, but Leeds will do the best they can to clear it. They've done inside the first couple of minutes. The flick on header from Smith was important, but just couldn't get towards Ellis. Now Brown. Well down the line. Couldn't bring Ellis or Brown into the game. Solihull fighting a way to try and get to it, and conditions worsening at the Sotrac Stadium, so it's that time of year where you sort of have to expect it to be a little bit slushy underfoot, and it might not be as pretty as we would like to watch, but I'm sure the team are well aware of this, weather conditions around this time of year in Tadcaster.
Yeah, obviously I think we've been quite blessed with the weather up until probably the last couple of weeks, so hopefully the ground's holding up better than what it did last season.
Throwing taken, Brown brings it under control. Ball out to Danby, and Leeds can try and start an attack. Danby nearly went without the ball and has to recover. She just got the last touch to it before the Solihull player got there first, and now Hamill steps back, and this kick in the end from Hanby, but she manages to recover. He's ball out wide, and it's a decent throw in, but maybe a bit rushed, and nobody really taking their time in possession. Now Solihull coming forward, and that was Rogers trying to work a 1-2 with Highway and couldn't do so. Looks like it will be Rachel Hindle to play at right back, which I have seen her play there before, but it's not the common back four. Good to see Olivia Smart back in, who did have to miss a couple of weeks at the start of the season, but 4.5 minutes gone. It's been a relatively low-key start for both teams. Yeah,
like I say, both teams don't really know how each other play, so it's probably just finding out, you know, some strengths and areas that we can exploit. Just trying to get his foot on the game at the moment.
Yeah, it was Smith out wide to Ellis. Hindle now trying to get involved and poked it down the line, trying to keep Leeds ticking over. Looks like we have got a free kick on the far side, and the players now working their way through the instructions of who should go where. Of course, it will be Hamill and Hannon to come forward. It was just a late lunge on Hindle's right boot that forced her to force that pass, so referee and linesman spotted it on the far side. Hindle's actually managed to creep away down the right. That could be a very interesting angle for Leeds to go and exploit. Danby might go for the cross, but she's down there, and Solihull risk letting her take it towards the near post. And shooting opportunity for us was shut down immediately. Still Leeds though ticking over. Ball fired in. Brown was going for it, but just taken off her toe. I think it was Smart that went for it. Here's Hannon at the far post. She gets a little nudge in the back, but he's strong enough to keep possession, but the pass intercepted. Underdown can't get to it, and Smith gets it away. And hindsight's wonderful for us. We get a better angle. We can see more of the pitch. Abby Brown was about to let fly there. I don't think Olivia Smart heard her call.
Yeah, obviously she had the momentum there. It's just that split-second decision, isn't it? Like you say, we can see more of the pitch.
Danby trying to get to this. She's managed to just about get her foot around the ball. It's good work. Brown's just steered it towards goal and just tried to maybe take the power with the cross with her shot, but couldn't generate enough. And it is going to be a stoppage here for something in the back play, and one of the Solihull players has come off second best. Maybe a head injury here, maybe some blood to sort out. So our thoughts with a Solihull player. I'm not sure whether it was due to the incident with Danby, but Sarah Danby certainly set off on her way and maybe caught a stray arm maybe as Danby's raced past.
Yeah, I can't see much intent at all there. Just obviously, like you say, just caught.
Yeah, Danby did really well to get to the ball, but just couldn't generate the cross to a fellow white shirt for a shot. But we know that's where Sarah Danby can come alive on the left-hand side. Alice will just show a bit of respect and let Solihull have the ball back as they had it first. So 7 gone. A little happening at the Sotrac Stadium, but that was better from Leeds. Smart is racing to get to the ball and trying to keep it in. He's with him, who will just be nudged away from it. She'll turn inside. It's determined work, and she'll fly in with a challenge. It's really strong, gutsy challenge, but sadly for Danielle Witham, it wasn't to a fellow Leeds shirt. Always good as a midfielder, I feel, with the conditions to get yourself muddy and dirty early. You're used to it then. She's already soaked now, so she can fully get acclimatised to the conditions. But she's made a big difference this season so far from what we've seen. You know, she's got plenty of energy. She can add some, pace to the midfield as well. And while that touch wasn't the best to get Leeds back involved, it's certainly a tackle that at least lets Solihull know she's up for the fight.
Yeah, she's always one to put in a performance, as we've seen throughout the season so far. She's definitely one to put a good tackle in.
Ball worked back inside for Solihull. They give the ball away, but back in possession and trying to tick things over in midfield. An important touch that from Carini, who just worked it back inside. Underdown wins the header, not once but twice, but can't get to the next one. And now Jarvis got a touch to it. Leeds though trying to build again, and Smith goes down the line. It was stopped at the very last second by the legs of Jenna Roberts. Solihull coming forward. Beaten smart to the ball. Now Underdown's got to get back goal side. She gives away a free kick. Didn't see that much in it, but referee had a very good view. So, and Highway is the one that wins the set piece, and Leeds now have some defending to do. So Solihull making it quite cramped in midfield, Jodie. Plenty of bodies in the middle there, and just eventually that pressure told. So a warning sign here for a free kick.
They got quite a good few passes in some intricate areas there, and obviously Underdown just kind of broke that up. Obviously it was a weak free kick, but
yeah, the free kick is cleared away. Allows Leeds to break with Ellis, who will need some help. Brown is up there to try and do that. He's just hit a little bit too hard, and ball will bobble and continue to bobble forward and back into Savage. It's worked left, and Leeds concede the throw coming across. Alderman's midfielders just trying to mark up and get there. And Josh Howard takes the throwing shot into Highway, stopped in the tracks by Hannon, who managed to get the better of on a couple of occasions. A pass back, and with him trying to put pressure on. Solihull will do well to actually get out of trouble there, but a couple of occasions that bounce has not gone Leeds' way. Early ball over the top. Hamill is rating across and will just put a body in the way to allow the clearance to come, but costly slip in midfield as Hindle hits the deck. Now Leeds under pressure as they get it wide. Solihull, good decent ball needed, but Hannon can clear to the edge of the box. Leeds just need to get their foot through this and clear, and they actually do a better job than that and keep possession and try and start an attack of their own. Ellis knocks it back, and now back to composed play. And for those where the pitch might not allow the passing game to work today, but Leeds at least are trying it. Just hasn't stuck up front though with Brown. Not against Abby Brown, but it's not really got into her feet. Now it has. She's taken the defender for a little ride there, and now she's coming forward. She'll try and squeeze it through towards Danby now. Danby one-on-one with the goalkeeper, slots it home, and Danby was denied. The flag goes up to deny Sarah Danby. Great vision from Brown. Good finish from Darby. Sadly though, she just set off a little too early.
Yeah, we'll see the replay here. It's great feet there from Abby Brown, but we can't really see if Danby's, close or not. You do see the centre back looks quite like she's keeping her onside, but obviously the flag's up.
Yeah, good from Leeds, at least from Danby's perspective. If you do have that opportunity, it's always good to put it in the back of the net, Joe, to get your confidence levels up.
Yeah. If not, the crowd tell you.
Yeah, here is Brown coming forward now. She does have options left and right, but going to go into the box for a little while first. And it was good work from Brown. The pass across the midfield, Jodie, was going to be very difficult to execute. So just carrying it that extra 10 yards was going to give her an angle for the cross. And last couple of touches have been really sharp from her.
Yeah, they have. And I think obviously Ellis is cut off quite early there by that left centre at half, or the left back. So obviously it's not much really she can do there.
Waiting for throwing Danby, just coming short. Smart.
Stay on side on the set.
Goes looking for Witham and touches heavy. Too heavy, just steps over the ball and goes out of play.
Set yourselves again, ready to engage. Abby, ready to engage. One of the centre half, score half and half for the 14, half and half.
So to take Leeds have set a high line here, trying to stop that short ball back out from the goalkeeper, which works. Now Brown jumps up for the header. Smart gets to it, dispossesses Solihull, now sets off on her way, tries to squeeze it through to Danby, who's going to be quick here. Does get the deflection, but only to turn it backwards the other way, and Solihull clear him. That's, I think, maybe the third time Leeds have played the ball forward. It just hasn't bobbled for them. Execution is only a few millimetres away as Smith will get to the ball, and she tries to fire it through, but aimless because it was too far away from Brown, too far away from Ellis. But again, you can see where the gaps could be about to open up for Leeds.
Yeah, usually we have an outlet there, so obviously she's looking in the right areas, but it's obviously just getting picked up.
Stand still.
Leeds get this decision to go their way.
Stand still, mates. We want to come square. Two. Kathy.
See the weather's just picked up.
Yeah, with Hiddleby, it's tough, isn't it, for both teams, because you're probably warmed up in relatively good, well, not good conditions, but the sun was certainly shining in some parts of Tadcaster, and then for the weather to turn certainly makes it more of an even game as Danby gets to the ball. The deflection is again in Solihull's favour, but she's finding space, and it's an avenue I think that Leeds can continue to go down. But yeah, I mean, they always say the weather, of course, it's tough, but it's not exactly tougher for one team than the other. Exactly. I think Leeds are now starting to, I wouldn't say they're dominating, but they're on top, and Solihull are struggling to maybe break them down in the final third.
Yeah, they're obviously finding feet a lot more than they were in the first few minutes of the game, so it's good to see.
Over the top was the intended target. Brown had come short. As a result, it goes away. Leeds back in possession with Smith, who will just try and keep it simple for Leeds, and back to Smart. The wide option wasn't available. Smart runs into trouble. Solihull set the trap there and managed to get away with it. And now Hannon's got a foot race to try and win, and she's not only won it, but then won the strength test as well to get Lindsay Ross-Baker off the ball. Smart's trying to get back and help out because Rogers has got to it now. And the down back there as well. Now Hindle racing across. She just steps inside and capitalises on the poor touch from Solihull as Brown goes to ground. I thought that was a good challenge, and the referee agrees.
There's not many attackers that get the better of Hannon strength-wise.
Yeah, I mean, positioning skills. Her and Catherine Hamill have always looked that they've got that in their locker, and I think even when Bradley Hannon doesn't get it right on the rare occasion, as you say, Jodie, she's certainly strong enough to get them back off the ball. That's breakdown in communication there. Smart, I think, expected Danby to go down the line. Danby didn't really want the ball in the air. There is Hannon again, and there's the example of the strength. It just smashes off her into the path of a Leeds teammate in Danby. Brown sets off and asks for the ball in behind. Now the offside flag to beat. The Solihull defenders stop because Abby Brown is offside, and she fires wide as she hears the whistle. So Abby Brown's kit will need a deep clean already. 16.5 minutes in. That just shows you the moisture that's on the floor as she went in early for the cross. I mean, the run is good from Brown, but Solihull can see it coming as well. They know what's about to happen, so they just stop, squeeze, and make sure that pass can't come.
Yeah, she obviously tries to run along the line, but then obviously just gets that forward foot in front of the defenders.
Maybe coming in behind us. Ready, Gabe. Ready to drop. Bridie. There we go. Midfield.
Heavy touch under down. The more fainter touch in towards Witham, and it's cleared away. Ellis is trying to get there. Hindle steps up to put a touch on the ball. Might concede a throw, but it at least got Leeds covered on the right-hand side of defence. Highway with a touch. Ellis and a few other Leeds teammates asking for the throw. Referees do not agree. Hamill then has to race across to get to the ball. Clears away. Touch finder at least.
Yeah, you've got to wait for the whistle there. You can't just stop.
It did look like a couple of players did.
Yeah. And thankfully Hamill obviously made sure that nothing came of it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it maybe suggests how close or how much it did maybe go out, you know, for that many Leeds players to appeal. But I just say, Jodie, if that would have gone in or across, they've only had themselves to blame. As Witham just turns it round the corner towards Brown, who will do her best to hold up possession. Trying to win a throw now. She's been caught out. She's desperate to not take the last touch, but has to. Concedes a throw, but again, it's sticking a little bit better, I think, Jodie, towards Abby Brown's feet. Last couple of moments, she's dropped short off the defender. I know that last time she went in behind us, Witham flies in with a challenge, but important for her. It's almost it doesn't feel like a one-striker attack because we know that Danby and Ellis get forward, but when they are deeper, that touch has got to be so crisp from Brown.
Yeah, she's obviously got to do some hold-up play. She's normally, exploiting the wide areas with her pace. So it's obviously just a different game for her today.
Let's give the ball away with Underdown now on the attack, and Hamill gets across to stop, and Hannon sweeps up as the sun just shines a little bit more in Sadcast at the Sotrac Stadium. Danby down the line. It was more of a percentage ball to try and help Leeds on the attack. Our camera crew are not getting enough stick with the weather. Nearly get hit by the ball. 20 minutes gone. It will be Olivia Smart to take the throw.
Good stick. Ready, man coming on you.
Leeds back
React.
down the left-hand side. A sloppy touch, and just Leeds have shown promise, Jodie, where they've got some good balls down the left-hand side, mainly to Danby, through the middle to Brown. It hasn't been a consistency to it as Solihull haven't been under rampant pressure. I think the difference between the two teams is Leeds are making a lot more progress than Solihull. As I say that, it is a touch from Hannon, the offside flag. In fact, it's Hindle that's raised across, and she had a good start at right back, but almost feels for Leeds to start dominating more, winning more of the second balls if they want to try and turn Solihull around a lot more.
Yeah, obviously we've been in their half a lot more as the game's gone on, but we obviously need to take out some errors and obviously keep them on the back foot.
Brown, just what Leeds need from her to bring it under control, keep them ticking over. Underdown in possession. I think she was looking and gets caught in two minds. Couldn't decide between Ellis or Smith, and decides to then play it to neither.
Too deep again. Too deep again.
Ball will go out Solihull's way. Barely had to mention Jarvis, McFadden, Ross Baker of Solihull, the attacking players. Continue, of course, as now Solihull come forward on the attack. Smith gets one tackle in, but can't get a second.
Four, be ready. Come
send them backwards, which is fair enough.
Yeah, if you can't, of course, get the second challenge in. She didn't dive in, she didn't commit to something that she couldn't win. Hindle does the same, she backs out and wins the throw.
And allows us to reset and hopefully get a bit more on the ball.
Mentioned earlier about, pleased to see Underdown getting a start. There's a couple out there that have had to play, not say bit part roles, but off the bench and impact players. And Hindle has had a run in the team, but then has large parts where she's had to settle for her players on the bench. Underdown's another that has made an impact when she started. A couple of others that have come through the ranks this season. Plenty of experience though of playing together. This group. I think we're starting to see two teams at a very similar level. They're very similar positions in their respective tables, 3rd and 4th. Similar records, both beaten 2-0 in the cup, which is why we're in this plate. And it might be with the conditions as well, a low-scoring affair. This, and got to show real patience and not give anything away, Jodie.
Yeah, obviously it's just showing that experience that Leeds have got in the squad. And like you say, obviously a few changes in the team, just making sure you kind of get that fluidity and making the ball stick, knowing where players are and what they're anticipating, and making something come of it.
Yeah, Hamill gets up off the ground to intercept the second attempted through ball from Solihull. First time around she was bumped to the deck, and then better from Smith into Underdown. Just where Leeds need to be a little bit simpler, and they've done just that here now as Hannah works it to Smart. Smart down the left looking for Danby, over hit, but the Solihull player touched it, not to the agreement of the Solihull bench. Certainly grateful for Leeds' perspective, because they get themselves back down the field of play and marching towards an attacking position.
Come on then, strength, 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 strength.
So he'll get the ball, keep it in, but they've actually given the ball back to Leeds. Brown racing into the area, runs direct into traffic. With him though, with the space to shoot, immediately closed down just as she found her range. That's unlucky for Leeds. Better as well, more direct, down the right towards Ellis. Brown's in the middle, asking for possession. It's hit powerfully, nearly into the path of Brown if the keeper spilled it. Unfortunately for Leeds, Jodie, Harley Savage, good hands, controlled, but very expansive from Leeds, left to right, and good ball into the area as well.
Yeah, it's good to see, obviously going down both sides, making Solihull obviously not being able to switch off, getting that crossing, and obviously having the keeper make a save with pressure of Brown right underneath her.
Yeah, Daniel Witham with her third big challenge of the day. If she keeps going, her shorts will look blue, like she'll play for Solihull. Really has put herself about for Leeds in midfield. And it's not tackling for tackling's sake either, they've been important. She's tried to stop the momentum of the visiting team, and she will now get the ball away for Ellis. It takes a slight deflection but gets into Ellis's path, and the referee has brought it back. And if that's for a free kick to Leeds, that is poor officiating, really.
Possible handball, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand the referee obviously suggesting it should have been taken from where it is, but Leeds have the ball, it's their advantage.
Yeah.
I guess it depends how you interpret the rules. Some will agree, some will not. The official is just trying to do her job. I think from our bias perspective, we wanted to see a Leeds goal, so that's possibly why I'm being a bit harsh.
Knowing we've got the speed from Ellis on that side as well, I'd obviously love to take the advantage there.
Yeah, free kick, no, penalty appeals waved away by the official, and I think it's a call she gets right. There was contact, Leeds player had lost the ball originally. Here is Hannah again working the 1-2 and does well with Handy to get it away. And then rolls it inside to Hindle, who can just take her time before playing it forward. Into the feet of Ellis, who goes inside to Underdown. Even though it bobbled, she's put a really good ball in towards Danby, who looks across the box to Brown, and a chance to finish. Oh, it's brilliant from Leeds United. From right to left, the one-touch passing, Underdown wide to Danby, and there is Abby Brown. And these conditions are coming across the body. Brown had to be so accurate, and she was. Leeds United 1, Solihull Moors 0, and that is a fantastic team goal.
Yeah, it's a great passage of play there. Obviously coming through defence, midfield, and then obviously out wide. great run there from Abby Brown to the box.
Brown now gets her 5th goal of the season. She was already Leeds United Women's top scorer, and she's making her advantage count. That's a good goal. You can see the celebrations of Smart as well, and a couple others. Smith. It's that nice feeling as a team, where as a group collectively, you've watched it or you've played a part of it, and that was one of the best team goals of the season, I feel, so far, in terms of the build-up, the passing, and in truth, they made it just look really, really easy as well.
Yeah, it made it so simple. Just a few passes, obviously first time touch, and then playing the ball makes it so much easier to play through the defence.
Smart goes back to Handy, who's encouraged to go across to Hamill by Bridie Hannon, but she chose to go left to Smart, and it worked out perfectly as Danby picks out Underdown. Hindle was available at right back, Ellis likewise at right midfield. Ellis put Hindle under pressure, and eventually that is pressure that tells too much. She can't keep it in, and out of play it goes for a throw. Solihull player asking for a free kick. It was a strong challenge. Fortunate for Smith that she couldn't play the 1-2, and the Solihull player has stayed down. And it was Rogers that felt the effects. Referee suggesting no physio needed. Hindle and Rogers shake hands, so perhaps suggests that they thought the challenge was fair enough.
Yeah, I didn't see anything in it really.
From Smith just dancing away out of trouble. Hannon wide to Smart. Olivia Smart goes down the right flank, let's say left flank for Danby. Just needed to get it away a little quicker. She spent most of her time there trying to keep it in play, and did so for Leeds as Witham plays it forward, and Brown to stay still really. Brown had moved a little bit from right to left to try and work a different angle.
It looked like she was coming for the ball at her feet. Just a little miscommunication maybe. Great pressure there, but unlucky.
Yeah, I think Danby and Brown have done really well with them as well on this left-hand side, and it has been the main route to goal for Leeds. It's of course the way that Leeds came down the left flank for the goal that has given them the lead. Abby Brown just a few moments ago. Solihull players asking for a handball. Referee suggested play on, and now Brown gets them going again. Here's Ellis. Smith's asking for it in behind. Ellis is going to ride the challenge and go on her own. She might even go for goal as well. Keeper saves and spills inside the 6-yard box. Solihull Moors women get it clear, and Macy Ellis is denied. But first real sight at goal for her. You've got to be careful here. They've not committed too many bodies forward, and Catherine Hamill just does what she does very best, makes defending look very easy, and leads her back on the attack once more. And pace has just picked up a little bit, Jodie, which might favour Leeds. Of course, Solihull were not doing too much with the slower tempo. Underdown just needs to tie her shoelace, but it's more of an open feel to the game. But I don't think anyone watching or listening would disagree that the team in front doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, definitely not. Obviously it's a chance for Leeds, and then back to the other end for CAF to calm and collectively take the danger away from the attack.
Brown holds up the play well, wins Leeds another throw.
Look at that big area.
Hindle into Witham, who will play it back, and Leeds get another throw in at the Sotrac Stadium.
Don't move out. Don't empty that pocket. We need people in the box, Kath, when it happens.
Hindle goes early again to Brown. It's a good throw. Brown now tries to turn inside. She goes to the ground. She's on her shirt pulled there, and referee said it isn't a penalty. Just have another look at that, because Abby Brown was certainly knocked off balance.
Squeeze in.
It's always a contentious one when it's not a leg collision, isn't it? Of course, upper body. She turned the defender, and as she went to let fly, she had the corner of the sleeve pull. I tell you what, because she was going for goal and to strike it, she was already trying to lean her body into it, and then she fell over. I'm not sure that is a dive. I think she was pulled to the floor. Brown's now coming across to ask the official. Smart gets hold of the ball, tries to play it wide, can't do so, but the fact that Brown from a throw-in ran 20 metres outside the box to tell the referee suggests possibly how serious she feels about that. What are your thoughts, Jodie?
Yeah, I thought obviously her arm came out for balance, and I feel like it was pulled back, whether the shirt or her arm itself, and obviously the referee was having none of it, unfortunately. On a favoured left foot.
Yeah, again, the potential was there. It was another good touch to turn away, and Leeds will get the chance here from the set piece. And Danby's trying to explain to Ellis what's to come. As Smart stays back, Hannon and Hamill come forward. Ellis has gone to the far post. Perhaps that's a decoy runner, or that is where the ball is about to come.
Go on then, Niche. Go on then, Niche. Tell her though.
Sarah Danby, arms aloft, ready to go. Under down, a late runner into the area. Now played into the 6-yard box. Solihull clear. Under down will try and mop up and maybe even bring it under control herself. Goes for goal, and it's up and under over the crossbar, and it stays Leeds United 1, Solihull Moors 0.
Yeah, the bounce was just a little bit too high, and she had some pressure on there, so she wasn't able to let it drop to a favoured volley.
Can you make it wide? Relax. Turn! Get after!
Smart wide, it goes to Ellis.
Turn him on! Get your body in, start again. Yes, here.
Further wide and a bit risky from Witham, but Hindle is there to get the move ticking over. Solihull intercept, and in midfield they try and clear. Smith with a challenge. That'll be a free kick, or it should be. That was a late lunge, and the referee does not miss that. Solihull players certainly felt the full effects, and we need a physio break as well at the Sotrack Stadium. So Leeds United 1, Solihull Moors Women 0. And well, the referee's now just trying to get an identity check of who that was, but I mean that's going to hurt as well.
Yeah, it seems like she fell a bit funny as well. Obviously there was the initial contact, and then it seems like she was holding a knee or something. Hopefully it's not too serious.
Get a replay of the goal for Leeds, which started right at back at the centre back spot, wide to Ellis, under down Danby, and then Brown. So 4 or 5 passes passed into the net. If only they could make it look as easy as that. Yeah, it'd be a joy to pat that tip to just play around for fun, but it shows again the potential in the team to do that. You know, it's stop-start. Solihull have intercepted a few as well, but I think they deserve that, and it's a goal to be certainly very proud of as well.
Yeah, I don't think Solihull can argue that. I think they were just outplayed in that passage there, so Leeds should be happy with that. Hopefully we could see more of it.
Yeah, Solihull player still down. Them back on the feature, quite check their number, so don't want to speculate who could be down injured. Now it confirmed as Zokrini, who has come off second best, and we're just trying to ask for more of a punishment to the official as the two teams just get together and regroup and try and get back to their very best. Certainly Solihull will feel they can produce more. What Leeds have done in recent weeks is shared the goals around the team.
Good start. Well done, Kath. Well done, Friday.
Leeds this year have got Ellis, Smart and Danby on 2, Woodruff on 3, now Brown on 5.
Come over a little bit, Spud. Pass it. Set on. Don't go you back yet, Brady. Not yet until the B of the bank. Stay on that line.
Let's continue doing that if they're going to have
Macy, ready.
prospects of winning trophies this season, as Brown just steps into the gap in midfield to try and stop this free kick turning into something dangerous from afar.
Here we go, Kath.
Hindle gets it up and clear.
Get out.
With them to Smith, who might want to go around the corner to Ellis. She will. That's a delicate pass. Wants the 1-2 and Done well again as Brown turns. Oh, it's a great turn. Now Brown coming forward. Ellis had just stepped offside. Brown tries to squeeze it through. She just run out of room. And Leeds are forced to start again as Smith stands her ground. Just closes her legs at the very last second. It was a challenge that was perfectly timed. Smart wide looking for Danby. Danby trying to dribble her way forward. Instead pops the ball towards Smart, who goes low and hard. And Solihull will clear their lines. And now eventually they can bring it clear. I thought for a second there, Jodie, we were going to get a rival goal for the first. Once Brown turned away, I thought we were in for a special moment for Leeds.
I think obviously she just got that nick and obviously played advantage and obviously just didn't come off right. We know she's got that left foot. She can use it from quite far out, as we've seen last season.
Kathy, you got 2 in here.
She did seem to be looking at goal in case she could get it lined up. Keeper obviously in the right place. There's a heavy touch and Solihull give the ball away. Smith does the right thing, turns it wide to Ellis. Ellis will now try and get towards the byline, and Solihull player digging in to win it back, and they've done well there as Highway too strong. And Solihull come away with it and now try and build an attack of their own. Just trickles away. Solihull get to it again, and just breaking down for the visitors today in midfield. They haven't managed to make enough progress yet, and there's no lack of desire from them to not get back level, but need to do a bit more. I mean, Lindsay Ross Baker there was trying to close down, but she's the only player in Solihull colours in the Leeds half.
Yeah, I was about to say she's a little bit isolated there against Bridie Hannon and Catherine Hamill. She's got a lot of work to do.
Solihull wanted a free kick there for a foul by Ellis. Referee suggesting it was a shoulder to shoulder. Solihull claiming that Ellis pushed down the centre back Jenna Roberts, and Danby will now get the chance to take a set piece for Leeds.
Be brave, let's go and attack it. That's all right, Nish.
Underdown made a late run last time.
There we go, winners!
This time Danby goes right into the heart of the 6-yard box. It's cleared away. Danby will get a second chance. Goes with a lower option. It'll fall towards Witham, who goes for goal, deflected and just over the top. Both teams appealing for the decision. It is a corner to come, Jodie.
Yeah, I think it just gets a deflection off one of the defenders' heads.
Nice.
Looked to be on target as well.
Yeah, I think it was the player that had gone down earlier, which was Zokrini, who felt the effects of that powerful shot. Smart waits for the ball to be played towards her side. He was deflected that way.
Here he comes again. Second try. Right arm over. Macy, go on then. Ready? Just drag her out. Go on, Mace. Coming in, Niche. Go on again, Mace.
Wasting no time here. Olivia Smart goes early to the near post. Hammer was up there. Keeper gets across in time, and the referee suggests it was headed wide. And set pieces today have been good from Leeds. They've at least asked questions, Jodie, of this Solihull defence.
Yeah, they seem very switched on, like they know exactly what they're doing and obviously want to do.
There you go.
It's
Well
good
done,
to keep
Abby. Get in the box. Get
things
in the
going.
box.
Yeah, Brown's intercepted here and got the ball back. A pass is cleared away. It'll fall to Witham in midfield. She'll lay it sideways towards Underdown. Ellis was further out there. Underdown runs into traffic and now has to get goal side. She'll do that by at least putting a challenge in. It only slows Solihull down though. Greeny comes away with it. Underdown gets there, puts the pass under pressure. Rogers eventually misplaces it and leads back on the front foot. Smart and Danby again work the way down the left hand side. Danby's touch is really smart to get it down that left hand side. It's just turned away. Here is Ellis. He's queuing up. Smith will go for goal. She gets caught in two minds. I think she didn't know whether to chip it over the top for Ellis, shoot for goal. Instead she chipped it into the keeper's hands. But there's some partnerships building here. We know that Smart and Danby have connected very well for the last few months. That's a late challenge on Smart. No free kick.
Yeah, you can see the referee obviously shaking head there.
Yeah, there was contact. But I think we're starting to see now a pattern where the little relationships that Leeds have got, Smart, Danby and Brown, you know, those that have worked together know each other inside out. They're starting to dominate in every area now for Leeds against Solihull here.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of joy down the left hand side.
Referee just coming across to check the Solihull player is able to continue. I think Referee's going to bide his time as Rick Passmore and his coaching staff look on. Player down is Ross Baker for Solihull. Solihull trying to play it out from the back. It was working before the touch from Highway was a little loose. Smith runs into Highway, who at least does make amends for her mistake. Gets on it from Rogers and carries it further forward. Still going under Downs' challenge, not strong enough, and Highway will try and play it through the heart of defence. Ross Baker gets a touch to it, but only just far as Olivia Smart, who will now carry this ball further and further away from that Leeds goal into Brown, and Brown was just trying to steer it to Danby, and she does so, but Danby run out of room, and the flag had gone up anyway against Abby Brown, and it is going to be a free kick to Solihull. But anything, Jodie, that you think Rick Passmore will be wanting to improve in the second half, or I think he'll be relatively pleased with what he's seen so far?
I think he'll be pleased, obviously. Definitely down the left-hand side. We're getting a lot of joy there, but maybe a little bit more from both sides of the pitch. Getting a few more players involved, and obviously moving Solihull and making it look easy like they did for the goal.
Yeah, here is Smith down the right, gets to the ball, and Ellis has got options with them, and Brown are in there. She delays the cross and allows Roberts to get across for Solihull to turn it behind for a corner. Danby will go across to take. A couple of minutes to go until half time. Leeds United Women 1, Solihull Moors Women 0, thanks to a 26-minute goal from Abby Brown.
Be clever, come on, White. Yes, Steve, love it.
Underdown's gone across for a short corner. Solihull will spot that now. It is the second time she's tried to make a late run, just to confuse matters. Fired in by Danby. Attempted effort from Brown. It was a volley. It would have been some goal if that had gone in, but just limped back and fired over. But as the number 9, Abby Brown will be frustrated. Maybe the Solihull players dangling leg put her off.
I think obviously the run from Underdown does pull a player out, and obviously a little bit confusion in the box. Maybe passing a player on, and obviously gives Abby Brown a little bit more space. She seemed to not have too much pressure there.
Underdown beaten in the air. Hamill decides to try and fill the space rather than commit the challenge, and Leeds under pressure for the first time in a while at the Solihull Stadium. It is with Solihull on the attack, a looping ball in and too close to Jenny Handy, who gets her body behind it. Almost seemed like they wanted the keeper to spill that backwards. There was nobody in. I mean, I know the pass wasn't executed as they would like, but such is the power behind it, there was no Solihull player within 10-15 yards.
Yeah, there's no intent for anybody to kind of come for any spills, like you say. Maybe just hoping that the surface helps them out.
Witham gets to it and carries it further forward. There's that burst of energy she brings to the midfield. Smith unable to get the ball back as Leeds have to race back. Alice and Danby appear to have swapped wings on that occasion. Smart now racing back to get there, and Rogers sees the ball out of play. Hannon again too strong, a bit of a cynical lunge that from Ross Baker, who is told to calm down by Olivia Smart. Hannon gave her a push for her troubles as well.
Yeah, I think it was good footwork that obviously just kept the ball away from the player. Gave the free kick away.
Ellis into Witham again. That's more direct play from her. It's got Leeds on the attack. There is Smith to work it further wide. Here now is Danby cutting in on the left foot. Smith tries again to go early, and it was far too quick from Catherine Smith. Back to Danby. Danby holds up play. too long as well. Allows Solihull to get to it. Smart beats Rogers to it. Now takes it past a midfielder in McFadden. And now here's Danby. It's a delightful ball out wide to Smith, who goes early with the cross, just dug it out. Didn't get a foot around the ball fully. You can see the idea. She's trying to steer it into the path of Brown. And sadly for Leeds, it is behind. And that is the half-time whistle. So Leeds United lead by a goal to nil, thanks to a great team goal and a fine finish for Abby Brown, and hopefully, Jodie, more of the same in the second half.
Yeah, hopefully we see a lot more of that passing to feet, obviously using the wide areas that we got a lot of joy from in the first half.
Yeah, fingers crossed. More goals for Leeds United in this FA Women's National League plate. Join us again in around 15 minutes' time for second half coverage.
Have a look, side centre half. Come on, Sarah. She's in, set her. Go finish. Wide of Macy. Great pass. Love the pass. Get in the box, wide. Yes, ready, Kathy Hamill. Right! Oh, get round. Get out, sir. Left wing's on first time. Bravo. Get in the box. Get in the box. Friday. Roll it down for a second. Stay in there. Have a chat. Hey! Move them feet, Kath! Move them feet! Round the corner. Good girl. Go for goal! Be positive! Rebound! Where are we, motherfuckers? In the box, Kath, when it happens. Oh, hello. Finish. And again. Fast stick, Friday. That's across like a Mogadon. Corner. Be positive, let's go forward. Buddy, let's go forward, let's be positive. Oh, ref.
Welcome back then to LUTV's coverage of this FA Women's National League plate. One change for Solihull at the break. Ross Baker off for Hornsby. After a low-key first half for Solihull, they'll be desperate to get back level after a fantastic team goal from Leeds United Women. Abby Brown, the one that put the icing on the cake, but all built up by pass out from the back. Ellis underdown. And it was wide left to Danby, who cut the ball back for Brown, who fired home. It's beautiful start to the second half. The sun is shining, and from our LUTV camera crew who were struggling to keep the camera dry, it'll now be a case of keeping the sun out of their eyes as they're trying to hopefully watch a Leeds United win. Myself, Tom Hill and Jodie Hunter bringing you all the action. And Jodie, it was a positive first half. They're on the front foot. Leeds, if there had been a little bit more build-up play, or the pass had been sharper, less offsides, we might have had a chance for a second. But it's certainly a lead that Leeds are deserving of as we go into the start of this second half.
Yeah, and I think obviously starting the second half how they've obviously brought that momentum through into this side of the game. Obviously having Solihull Moors on the back foot straight away shows good signs for this half.
It goes.
Man up. Next one. Go big. Push on, ready, mate. Go big.
No real pressure for them to deal with, and now it's up towards the centre forward, who did look offside and was. Miss Highway that was slow to get back. She looks like she's gone through the middle in a lone striker capacity. And she's got any more support remains to be seen, and we'll hope that that isn't the case. So we have to watch that as Leeds give the ball away on the right hand side. And now it is with Underdown. Underdown wrestling the ball back for Leeds. Good work from her.
Yeah, great feet there in that situation. Found the outlet there. I guess it was maybe an area that Leeds could work on in the first half, just a bit more creativity through the middle, just to mix it up. But tough, isn't it, because it was working so well down the flanks that you don't fix what's not broken. Exactly, yeah. It's obviously better to watch in a sense if the ball's being played through the thirds, but it's also exciting. Ball played forward and Smith will get to it. She will try and hold up possession for Leeds. And a corner is given Leeds' way. Will allow Olivia Smart to go across to take it. Open ball and a chance for a header towards goal. It just won't fall towards Brown. Just came out the sky late there, and Leeds were trying to get bodies to it, and keep a good hands from Harley Savage, who gets her body behind the ball and really ensures that she can get her team back on the front foot. Only as far as Underdown, though, who just for a second had done well, but dispossessed late on, and now it's further wide, and on the attack they go. This time it is in the feet of Jarvis, who went down the left-hand side, and it's a poor pass. Leeds covered and did well, and just shows that Solihull Moors, Jodie, are still certainly in this from a set piece where Leeds could have scored, and ball just deflected the opposite way. They were nearly gotten themselves on the front foot, and they're winning the ball back high at the pitch as well. So Leeds certainly need a second goal here. Yeah, we can't switch off, and obviously they're wanting something from this game.
It's too slow, so it's all in front, so we're in it.
Just a recap of this great header.
Yeah, it was a decent enough connection from, I think it's Danielle Wethen that was steering it back across goal. I think any further to the right hand side, and the keeper can't afford to go that way. I think there's too many bodies in her way to block it, so fine margins in this game as that free kick was conceded by Hindle. Not the best delivery from Solihull, and the delivery in by Walker was poor, and now Leeds on the attack, and Danby's got it. She has got Smith on her inside. She will just delay the pass. In doing so, a couple of more Leeds shirts have got into the area. Now Danby cuts it back and it's going to fall to Brown, who goes for it, tries to take the leather off the ball with a powerful shot. It's worked back out to the left. Here comes Smart. Brown's asking for it at the far post. Smart will go for goal. Oh, what an effort. And Smart doesn't need Abby Brown's help to score. She'll take it in her stride and fire it across the goal, past the keeper. And if the first goal was worthy of winning the match, the second is just the same. Leeds United 2, Solihull 0. And that is a fantastic effort from Leeds United's left-back.
Yeah, I think it's great to see Abby Brown there recycling the ball. And then Smart just had enough space there just to get that shot in the top corner.
That is a really good goal from Olivia Smart. Connected so well. You can see how happy the players are with the effort.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes of this second half, it's all been Leeds pretty much.
Solihull were trying their best to come into the game, and as sickening moments go for an opposition, that's how you do it. You know, Solihull were trying to. They had just had maybe 30-40 seconds there down the left where they were trying to come forward. You know, try to feed off scraps, any momentum you can get. And then all of a sudden, they are 2-0 down. That's what you want from the, to take the chances, which I think maybe last season at times Leeds had positive spells. Try to learn from that first campaign together as a group, and managing games is, I think, is something that certainly this season, maybe towards the end of last season as well, is a sign of things that are improving in the group.
Yeah, obviously you want to see more clean sheets. Obviously we're doing well with scoring the goals now. It's just getting them, seeing the games out, like you say, managing it well, and hopefully getting a lot more success.
Throw into Leeds on the left-hand side. Olivia Smart, the goal-scoring hero, will go across to take it.
Go to the ball for me, Niche, and empty the pocket. Turn! Manon!
Hannon takes a risk. Hindle was coming across to try and get to it. She's trod on the boot of the Solihull player in doing so, but they both got to the ball at the same time, and referee rightly plays on.
Manon! Set, go, forward! There we go. Get up, man. There we go.
Hamill's high ball looking for Brown. Solihull get to it into midfield, and with them trying to dispossess opposite number in midfield. Eva Rogers in there as well, and Rogers knocks it back.
Now you go.
Played further wide left. They're on the attack here. Solihull, but from deep, so they're trying to work it. One-touch football. It's better from the number 4 involved, which was Creaney. Out wide it goes and played inside. Hamill gets to it. Maybe could have got the shout from Hindle to leave it, but rather than Hamill decided to go with a rather safe header. In doing so has got Leeds on the front foot, and now forward it goes to Brown, who's managed to beat the offside trap. Will she wait for a runner in fellow white colour? She's going to go herself. Keeper spills the last few shots, not that one, and good hands from the goalkeeper, that Harney Savage. The last couple where Brown has gone for it, she's maybe stung the palms of the keeper, but she kept her near post well guarded. She has not given her teammate much of a chance though with that pass. Olivia Smart, looking at goal again, decides to go for the pass, and Danby was not on the same wavelength. And I think Sarah Danby expected her teammate to score again from there.
Yeah.
What's the point in running?
Her body language thought, let her just have another one.
And the way that Olivia Smart looked at that ball twice to say, yeah, I'm okay, maybe not. And then, that delay of decision has certainly helped in the favour of Solihull. Leeds get the throw. Smart to go across and take it.
There you go, Niche. Right back. Time. Come here.
Hamill goes back to keeper. Need to try and just play it safe and work a quick 1-2.
Keep hold of it. Got to squeeze in the next one. Took in.
You mix up there with Smith and Brown.
Yeah, Leeds under pressure here as Ellis is racing back across goal, and the shot comes in from Jarvis, and Ellis's pressure. Hamill coming across, and what we said about 5 minutes before that goal, that any mix-up, Solihull, while they haven't done enough to test Leeds' goalkeeper and Leeds' defence, there are glimpses of Leeds just maybe taking their eye off the prize, and Solihull are taking advantage and sort of being like a sponge, accepting the pressure coming forward. They've just had a real lack of confidence in front of goal, it seems, which we hope continues, but that was another half warning sign.
Yeah, they're not going to just lie down and obviously let Leeds take this win. They're going to make them play for it.
On it goes, it's a heavy pass, and it's good pressurising from Leeds. Brown in particular will allow Hindle to come forward and take this throw. Taken into midfield for Witham, back to Hamill. He just steps over the ball. Solihull trying to play themselves out of trouble, only doing the opposite as Hindle's cross goes in, deflected away. They clear it better this time, Solihull, as Hamill tries to squeeze it past the midfielder. Witham gets to it first, and again she just turns the speed up a little bit to help her team out. Now Brown goes for ambitious overhead kick. She's even trying to get the ball back while on the ground, and Solihull can't recover up front, and it is into the path of Highway, who's beaten by Hannon. But Leeds just controlling matters. Hamill goes further wide right into Hindle. The Solihull players may be a little bit tired. Of course, it's a heavy pitch out there today, and they've had second best of it as Ellis goes across the face of goalkeeper, just readjusts her feet. Here comes Danby back across. It's just into the side netting. Has it gone in? No, it has. And it's just hit the inside of the post and gone in. It's a scuffy effort from Sarah Danby, but they all count, and she doesn't hit it as clean. A little shrug of the shoulder from Sarah Danby to suggest that she's not sure how that managed to find its way home. But the keeper maybe could have done better. Danby, and a big old deflection. It has just nestled in that far corner, and you'll take that all day. Abby Brown stood still in disbelief, and a big smile on Sarah Danby's face. She now has 3 for the season. Olivia Smart has 3 for the season. And I think even after 57 minutes, Judy, that's game, set, and match perhaps.
Yeah, I think the work rate there from Ellis, tracking back like we saw, and then obviously up down the flank. Gets a great shot off. Lucky keeper obviously parries wide, and then Danby is there to nestle it in the corner.
Yeah, great support play. Good work from Hannon. And defensive, and now Leeds will be so desperate to keep a clean sheet and wrap up what will be a successful day at the office. Underdown racing across to get to it. Leeds' formation standing for Underdown. Maybe just had the second best of that challenge. Across comes Ellis to try and get to Jarvis. She'll take a touch or two and run it straight out of play. Leeds' subs are now warming up, and it must be a delight for Rick Passmore to look at his bench and think, right, I have Simpson, Price, Robson, Williams, Woodruff. I can rest a few of the players ready for next week.
Yeah, it's a great group of players that he's got there to select from and bring them on the field. Obviously Underdown's down, but hopefully it's not too serious. Just looked like a stamp when she went for that tackle.
Yeah, she's gone second best. Treatment not needed for now. She's going to try and run it off if possible.
Smudge, just secure for 5 minutes while Hopper.
Catherine Hamill's gone across to help out Hindle. That is the safer route, but not the route that she uses. And flicked away down the line by Witham towards Brown. But Leeds in control at the minute. The scoreline massively in their favour.
Pricey! Good. Go on then, go on again. Narrow off Rachel Hindle. Rachel, go on then. Come on again, midfield, win it, Kath. Now we go.
Yeah, Leeds look like they're picking up all the first, second balls.
Get on it, Nish.
It's making a big difference.
Yeah, I think in midfield it's a bit scrappy at times, isn't it? Smith with them Underdown, but they've got a real good platform that they've built together as Brown comes across, keep it straight into her hands. But we know Smith's more of a runner. You know, she can really turn on some quality at the edge of the box with just that sheer desire to get there with them. He's very similar they're the engine in the middle of the park. Underdown has protected the defence really well, and it's a little trio that's worked very effectively for Leeds today. And so far in the second half, they've done as best they possibly can to keep them ticking over. It is 3-0 to Leeds, just past the hour mark. It's a ball out wide from Hannon. It's just overhit. It's a pass that was certainly on. Maybe the slick surface has taken it out wide. Is there anybody in particular you think that Passmore will look off the bench to give them more minutes, a bit more game time? Williams, Robson, not as maybe seen as many starting minutes as perhaps they would have liked recently. Or anyone else on the bench? We've got Price or Woodruff. I don't think we'll be seeing a replacement keeper, of course. It was break off because Solihull trying to play it out from the back.
And Witham's there.
Yeah, again, she's got that extra burst of speed. She
Tenacity.
fights her way through. No free kick given. Tenacity is a very good way to play and describe it, really, because she's just quite annoying unless you play for Leeds United Women or watch and cheer for them.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would say they'd like to go against her in all aspects of her game.
Yeah, she just never lets the opposition settle. Underdown races across. Going back to the bench, I think we might see all outfield players.
I think it'd be fair to say, obviously, like you say, 3-0, 60 minutes gone. It'd be good to see other players off the bench getting good minutes against a good, decent side.
Yeah, Brown's first touch today has been superb. Takes it away from another defender. Just got caught out there as the number 9 for Leeds was trying to go for goal. Now it's into Underdown, who will squeeze it wide. She was caught, but gets back up straight away. Can't get to the return pass. Now gives away a free kick. The Solihull player just got goal side at the last second to deny her.
I think she was wise to get that there.
Yeah, the possession for Leeds would have been good. It was a good area. Players in good strong positions, both left and right of Underdown. And again, just tuning in to our LUTV coverage, it has been a real day of mixed weather. While it might look glorious today, and the coaching staff now blinded by the sun, it was heavy rain for the first 25-30 minutes. So Leeds have toughed it out. They've done everything they possibly can to take the lead, and this competition created for those that have lost in the first round of the National League Cup. York City getting the better of Leeds. Solihull were beaten by Loughborough Lightning. Both teams have responded well since then. I said earlier, Leeds playing against a team that's a similar opposition, just in a different district of the league, in the Midlands Division, Solihull. But the class has been there from Leeds from the very outset. And I guess with it being a cup and against a team you don't normally play against, you want to put a statement win out there, Jodie, as well, as we just see Leeds recover.
Yeah, it's good to see, obviously, how
Danby wins a free kick. Is that what you were saying?
it's good to see, obviously, how the Midlands teams shape up against, obviously, our league, the North Division 1. It's a good test, obviously, different opposition.
Yeah, certainly is. Smart has gone across to take the set piece. Danby offering a different angle. Smart is favoured to take it just by her position, unless Danby makes a late run at it. It will be Smart putting the ball into the box. Keeper comes just up into the air at the right time and gets her hands to it, and a safe pair of hands from the goalkeeper, Harley Savage. It's another set piece though where, and I'm not trying to be patronising, you see it so many times at certain levels where players can't, don't get past the near post. They go too long, and it's very rare you see consistent set pieces at any level. I think Leeds United today, of every single one has asked questions of the opposition defence. They've put pressure on them, and it's just made that extra bit of that life difficult for Solihull.
Yeah, the percentages in games, you've got your set pieces, you can capitalise on them so well. Obviously, you can use them in the training ground, and to kind of not have a consistent set pieces there that you can use well to your advantage in the game. it's just disappointing. So it's good to see the consistency there.
Yeah, McFarlane's off and Taylor is on.
No, Mace, be ready. But Kat's got her. You've got this one ready. Spot. Where's Dams? Dams, come narrow. Let her have that. Come in. Dams, come narrow. Come narrow. It's on you, Greg. She'll be ready. Winners. First contact, Leeds. First contact. Send it. Man on. Good. There we go. Brilliant.
Hindle and Ellis working the 1-2. Brown was coming across to try and control it. It just maybe bobbled away from her at the very last second as Hindle gets involved on the down. Even got the back heel pass now in her locker. Ellis down the line. And Leeds appealing for the throw, and it goes their way. Now Rick Passmore trying to show his skills as well. Hindle up towards Ellis, who just out-muscles a new player on the pitch in Taylor. Hindle again coming forward. There is Smith into Brown. Wasn't expecting it. Smith will make a difference. Tries to play it in behind, and Ellis is quick. The flag was up. She's not that quick. And we know Rebecca Bass, normally the fullback for Leeds alongside Smart, and it's a different option to have Rachel Hindle in there. And I think she had a really good game. Possibly the best I've seen her play for Leeds United Women. And it's a headache that you want as a coach, if Rick Passmore's perspective.
Yeah, I think he's obviously got quite a few options, and I think she's done a really good job slotting in there today.
Dowds is coming on. We're going to have the only price for Leeds, and in midfield it will be Underdown that makes way. Big high five from Hindle, and 66 minutes she has managed to last, and another strong showing from her. Breaks up play really well, keeps it simple, ticks the team over, and allows the players that are supposed to be in more advancing positions to strut their stuff and show what they can do.
Yeah, she does well to screen the defence and obviously get the ball down and try play it in those areas like we saw for the first goal.
Start connecting, please. Stop. Good. Okay, move. Charlotte Taylor, let's go. Get up and they're going to get you.
Have a look around. We're playing.
Passmore looking on. Just wants his side to get control of proceedings, and it's a little touch there off the heels of Alice, who just tried to con the officials with pretending she'd not touched that ball, and now they come down the left with Jarvis. Keeper stays on her line as handy as it works its way out towards the number 10 Ava Rogers. Rogers running across. Brady Hannon just makes it a relatively easy process to build it out from the back, and plays in a strong pass down the line towards Danby. Hannon's work has got Leeds on the attack here, and it is her own work as well. Now Danby, Brown's late to get into the area. She will pick her out there with a great pass. Brown tries to get it under control. It will just come across, and it is cleared away. But positioning for Brown was a little deeper. It was Bruton that was replaced for Solihull as Price and Witham conceded a free kick. And just maybe tiredness for Abby Brown to not bring that under control, because that pass was perfect from Sarah Danby.
Yeah, it was brilliant there from Brady Hannon as well. Very calm, used the ball well, came out with it, and obviously found Danby on the wide. Just unfortunate to not stick there with Abby Brown.
Leeds under pressure as Solihull do come forward.
We're being slow and reactive now. Game's not over.
Winner throwing after a powerful clearance from Hindle.
Brady, get everybody together. What if? Let's. Why? Where did that go? Did it go over? Oh, mate. Here we go. Where are you?
Yet to get a new ball at the Sotrac Stadium.
Somebody gone.
Game back underway as Solihull now with Taylor. Alice comes across, Taylor's ball in. Keeper, great shout. Just what Leeds needed. Hannon steps out of the way and now releases Smart. And defensively, I know this is mainly in part of Solihull haven't offered much, but defensively one of the best games for Leeds for a while as well. And it's that momentum you can build in these cup games, those relationships, those you know where each other stood. We know the centre backs could play blindfolded, Hallen and Hamilton, and still know where each other were. But if the scoreline stays like this or gets better, it's such a confidence boost for the full group.
Yeah, you're very confident with those two side by side at centre half. And then obviously you've got your Olivia Smart and Rachel Hindle in their today's positions to solidify it.
On the right for Solihull to clear. Price gets to it, keeps Leeds in possession, keeps them ticking over as well. Price goes backwards and it's to Hamill, who will just skip away trying to find that last pass. There's Hindle. Leeds' build-up play today has been superb, so consistent. Ellis. Leeds just playing keep ball really, and it's nice to see that control from them, that maturity about their play into midfield. And now it's with Witham, tries to squeeze it through again. The idea was solid, but Hindle couldn't get to it. You can tell the players are playing with so much confidence today, Jodie, and it's a joy to watch.
Yeah, you don't see many players that are rushed and panicking. Obviously got more options off the ball. They can make a good calm decision and keep the ball.
Ball played back from Ellis. Andy will deal with it and clears as far as she can. Offside appeals nowhere near there as he was with them coming back. Really deep position. Solihull trying to start an attack themselves. Referee just has to get out of the way as the ball was played forward for Rogers, but Hannon so much time and space into the final 20 minutes we go. So if you're just joining us here on LUTV, myself, Tom Hill and Jodie Hunter bringing you all the action. Brown, Smart and Danby, the goal scorers. Brown will be desperate for a second goal today in case she has to come off, and Witham will set off on her way again, and that pressure. Danby joins in, and it's just tremendously strong, hard work. Just two players, full pelt, running at the fullback, who is scared to turn around and just decides to clear it. And it all came back from a Witham touch forward, and it's just the sort of play that Leeds United Women want to identify with as well, Jodie. That hard work first of all, and quality after that.
Yeah, you can see they're just wanting more. Obviously, they're not satisfied with 3-0. Still working hard to get them the goals. The Solihull more defenders just glad to see the ball went over the fence.
It was a strong clearance, but no time at all for them to turn round as Danby puts the ball back into a good area, cleared away by Solihull, and had to be a decent clearance. The defenders got the body just in the right place and ready to clear as Rogers tries to squeeze it through. Eventually played into the feet of Hornsby, and Leeds get the touch, concede for a throw, but there's not been any urgency from Solihull, or they've not been able to pick up the pace, Jodie, to get a goal in this second half. It's been Leeds just seeing matters out as officials just checking perhaps whether we need a replacement ball. Also another change as set Highway will be replaced by Jameson. Another change for Solihull. Yet to see any more changes. Robson, Williams and Woodruff, the remaining subs for Leeds. Outfield players at least.
Part of their game, innit? Right, you come out. Right, you come out and Macy can come in front so we can attack. You mark the 19. 8 right shoulders.
Spin the 2, Katie. Katie, spin the 2, good. Yes, Howard.
Good work again. And that fresh legs, Price were the younger players of the group, Jodie. Not given not too many starts this season, but for Rick Passmore's side, you need to be able to have impact players. So this next 20 minutes, if he does introduce more players onto the pitch, it's how you can get into the grain, into the mind of a coach for perhaps a day where things aren't going as positive. So Price will look for a big 20 minutes. Get your thoughts in a second as Ellis gets to Brown's through ball.
Stand, Charlotte,
fresh off the bench. Taylor trying to put her under pressure. Alice will turn inside. Taylor gets it away. Now Brown racing forward, skips past the defender across the face, and a chance. Oh, a brilliant save. Here's Danby again, trying to cut it back to Smith. Second back the cherry for her. She's still wrestling with it. Smith goes for goal. Danby goes to poke it, and it hits the bar not once but twice, and the keeper comes away with it. I think the flag has stayed down. Well, this game has had everything. Team goals, long distance goals, tap-ins. Great save from the keeper. And I've not seen a ball hit a crossbar twice for a very, very long time. But Danby's effort did just that, thanks to the heroics of Harley Savage.
Yeah, I think she obviously caught on the outside of her boot, and obviously it just span off keeper's glove and onto the bar. It's unlucky there. Catherine Smith, obviously she went for precision over power, so give keeper a little bit of chance to make a decent save.
And from Smith and Brown down the line and just too far in front of Alice. I describe Smith's play as just chaotic. She's just a bundle of energy, isn't she? You know, all that time trying to bring it under control, as you say. She could have gone first time with a volley, brought it under. She went for the safer approach. Works hard in midfield as well as Hindle gets to the header. And it is perhaps a midfield too that complements each other well, Witham and Smith, which is, you know, starting to build a very strong spine in this team. Is Rick Passmore with the two centre backs as well.
Yeah, I think they do work a great partnership together. And then obviously we see a change sometimes in the midfield of who's working with them. They do work tirelessly throughout the game.
Smith again stepping up, and she's got a headset on to listen to Jodie. It's timely as she steps up out of midfield. Rogers gets to it. Price trying to get goal side. Poor ball forward in terms of an attacking pass. Taylor did find feet though, but Solihull couldn't do much with it, and it's cleared away. Brown just trying to rediscover some energy. Dig deep. She's done a lot of running the last few minutes and not got much to show for it in terms of another goal or an assist. She would have had an assist if that save wasn't on the money from Savage, as Hannon makes a rare mistake, just takes a bit of a risk coming out of defence. Smart tries to slow them down. Here come Solihull on the attack. Little back heel from Price to get it clear. Price will have to be brave here, and she is, and she wins the tackle. And it's a tackle that gets Leeds on the front foot with Smith. Scooped pass up is inch perfect to Danby, and now Danby can come on the attack. Brown's hovering on the edge of the area. The shot comes, the cross comes in. The shot couldn't come in because Alice couldn't get to it. But Leeds again playing very expansive football. Danby to the byline, cuts back, tries to find Alice, couldn't get it to her. Brown takes a touch, tries to go around the defender, stands her ground. And Leeds just needed a number 9 to be in the box for both of those crosses.
Yeah, I think Alice obviously tried her best, but she's occupying the wide forward role.
Yeah, Smith beaten by Rogers' speed. Rogers through the middle. Chance here for Hornsby, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Hornsby pokes it through, and Solihull are going to score. And through the middle of the park, Leeds just fallen asleep a little bit. And you've got to praise Solihull's work. Rogers just a turn of speed to get away from Smith. Smith not goal side, couple of players out of position. And we did say now and again Solihull have shown that if they get space, they can exploit it. I think Rogers has been the best player for Solihull out there today, and she puts it on a plate for Hornsby, who taps home.
Yeah, she obviously, Kath Hamill makes a decision to come close the player down, rightly so, and obviously she just studs in that gap in between Bridie Hannon and Rachel Hindle. She's come away better.
Yeah, so important for Leeds that they don't allow Solihull Moors a 5-minute spell where they can really get some wind behind their sails. Can't allow anyone to get going as the shot's going to come in, and it's dragged well wide. It'd be wise for keeper to take a couple of seconds off the clock. It'd also be wise, I think, for maybe to Rick Passmore. Does he look at his bench, and would you say Jodie needs to make a change just to keep things fresh?
I think obviously before the goal was scored, you give some minutes to those that have been on the bench, but even rightly so now, just from fresh legs would also probably help lift the team.
And here we are. And we would have is readying herself to go, and there's a number of players Woodruff could replace. Brown is perhaps one of them through the middle. Smith, more of a number 10, and that is the change. As a big smile from Catherine Smith, who feels that her day has been a positive one. She's been a good impact, and now we need Woodruff just to steer Leeds around the park.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Danby's been moved into midfield and Abby Brown's gone wide. We'll see what the formation takes up.
There you are, then. The bank, through the bank. There you go. Think about it. Good.
Cleared away. Leeds get some territory and some distance behind it.
Where you want to side on?
Delay here for a new ball needed, and these little seconds taken off the clock, perhaps just what Leeds need, Jodie, for trying to stop any momentum that Solihull might have beat up. Of course, it could be a flash goal that comes from nowhere, but you want to neutralise any positivity for the visiting team at least.
Yeah, that's the last thing Solihull want is a stop-start.
Rogers turns, and again Leeds just guilty of giving Rogers too much space. Hannon stands her ground this time. Smart does as well, and now here comes Woodruff racing through the middle, runs into traffic. And Hannon with an important touch. Leeds just losing the grip of the midfield battle a little bit. Over the top it goes, and keeper comes off the line. I'm not saying Price, this is definitely not me blaming Price, but it just shows you maybe just how Underdown had a lock on that midfield. I don't necessarily think that the only Price has been out of position. I think she's made some really good tackles as well, but maybe players tiring a little bit. A couple of changes in there. If you're not stood in the exact same spot, and Rogers has pretty much taken the game by the scruff of the neck for Solihull.
Yeah, I think it's probably more players maybe being tired or just, not being as switched on as they were in the first part of the game. I don't think it's so much from Price, what she's doing differently to Underdown as such.
Yeah, now, here's Price. It's another good touch from her. Sliding in to get there as Leeds appeal for a throw. They get it. Into the final 10 minutes. 3-1 they lead.
Talk to her where you want her. Side on, Casey, to look. There you go, Casey, send the thrower. There you go.
Hindle was going to try and go low for Woodruff, who couldn't get to it. I think the idea was bad from Hindle. She's now got to get back goal side, and that's really calm defending from her. Even better to win the throw. Just when it looked like she'd lost her concentration for a split second. She races back to get into a good position. Woodruff with a touch inside for Ellis. Hasn't had as much joy in this second half as she had the first. Hindle comes across. There is Hamill, and Hamill will just usher this ball out of play for a throw. And the Solihull coaching staff are certainly trying to G up their players. They clearly feel that there is more to come from their players. But are they feeding off scraps, Jodie, or do you sense that things are changing?
I feel like obviously they've come into the game a little bit in this last few minutes or so, with a few changes obviously from Leeds, and maybe just taking the foot off it a little bit. But obviously looking at the clock, I'm not too sure how much time they'll have to make much of a dent on the score. Yeah,
Leeds players flying into the challenge. Solihull player comes off second best, and it was a heavy touch and a heavy challenge, and Leeds will just reset here, and the physio's coming out. It was difficult to see, I'm sure, for some of our viewers. Leeds 3, Solihull 1. And a chance to go through the replays of the goals. That's a clear example of the difference in conditions we've had today. First goal Brown, second goal Smart. And then Danby to add a third, just kissing off the post, which the keeper frustrated at for not committing and diving at the near post. And thankfully for Leeds, they were able to add a third before Hornsby got to that goal and added Solihull's first of the afternoon into the final 5 minutes ago. Still a Solihull player down. And so far so good. I'm sure the mood in the camp since that cup defeat has been pretty strong, Jodie. Good results in the league.
Yeah, I think obviously seeing how they played so well today, moving the ball around and having so much composure on the ball, not really panicking and rushing, shows just how well they're gelling together and playing well as a team. Obviously different scorers, just like today. Just shows it's not, you know, we're not relying on one player.
Game set to get back underway.
Here, mate. Diagonal. Friday. Coming up. Get in front, Leone. Dams, get in front. Drop spot.
Taking their time a little bit here, the visitors Solihull Moors women, but pass eventually played forward and Hannon deals with it with ease and gets Leeds back on the attack, and Brown now floats over the top to Ellis. It's a pass that she can run onto. She cuts back inside. Here now is Witham. She goes for goal. It's a powerful strike. It's blocked well by the Solihull Moors defender. Well, I felt the effects of that. Leeds have another throw and big smile on Hindle's face again. Catherine Smith clearly can't switch off. She got the bib on but still stood up, desperate to help her team. Here is Ellis inside to Brown, just goes past her. Danby had come inside, so Brown has to race across. And that is just what Rick Passmore wants. His centre forward missed the cross, set off on her way. You mentioned to me about just before we went live for the second half, how quick Abby Brown is, and she scored a great. So she's capped off a great team goal, and yet chasing it down. And it's just those little bits of hard work that will get Leeds over the line here today. In what has been a strong performance, it's Smart. Brown's on the inside. Smart goes over her, looking for Ellis at the far post. She might get there if the keeper makes a mistake. Solihull defend well. I think the flag had gone up to stop her. Still 3-1. A couple of minutes to go. Have you got a player of the match, Jodie, that you maybe feel is a standout above the rest?
I feel like it probably more of a team performance today, but I feel like Ellis's work rate's obviously shone for me up and down the flank, working tirelessly, trying to defend and obviously then add to the attack. But I feel like it's been quite a team performance.
It is one of those where there is several candidates. I think Hindle's had her best game. Smart's been so strong at left back. Hannon again. Danby, Brown. It really is, as you say, Jodie, a list of players. They've got to make sure they get the job done, though. As the cross comes in, Handy spills it, gets up on her feet and gets there first, and she's brave to get to it. And Rogers applauds the cross because Solihull are causing Leeds more problems. You mentioned it right earlier, unless we're about to curse Leeds. I think it's the time that's the problem for Solihull. I think if they'd have scored that goal to start the second half, we might have seen a very different showing.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously there's a lot to play for them, but we've only got a few minutes left.
Yeah, Ellis, Jodie Ellis takes the ball away from Solihull. She will cut back inside. Woodruff was at the near post. Brown at the far. Witham goes again. She gives the ball away. Turned back in by Hindle. Here now is Hamill. Wide to Hindle, who's made her first mistake of the day. Just tried to steer it past the pressure from the Solihull's midfield. Number 8, Demi Walker, getting close. Hamill has to be quick here and strong to make sure she gets goal side of the Solihull player. Hindle turns it around the corner. Oh, it's a really strong challenge from midfield from Witham. Referee says free kick. I mean, the ball was high, but Witham won it. The Solihull player is down if she's caught it. You do hope the player is okay, but the ball was there to 1. And Witham you can see by her hand gestures suggesting where that ball has gone, and Olivia Smart's trying to calm her down. Well, Daniel Witham has made 4 sliding challenges today. Every single one has been nailed to perfection. Is that a foul? Is it too strong? Is it too high?
I'm not too sure what position the referee was in, but obviously I can see why she thought she might have caught her. But obviously, like you say, it's been clean tackles from her all game, just very strong. But I think it's more what's happened afterwards that's got the yellow card.
That was my favourite of the lot, just because she could see it coming. I understand the ball's in the air, I do understand that, but you know, had she caught the play, it would have been dangerous. But the ball was won clearly. I'm sure there'll be a few of our viewers that will certainly feel that is a strong challenge from Daniel Witham that deserves to be praised for its cleanness. But the referee disagrees, and that is all that really matters, I guess, because she is in charge. And Leeds are still leading into stoppage time. We go. One ball forward. It just puts Solihull on the back foot. Leeds trying to force a mistake. Woodruff with those fresher legs, putting them under pressure. Again, leading from the front as the Solihull goalkeeper just goes short with the pass out from the back. Touch from Witham. Woodruff plays it forward. Would have been offside anyway. And barring a manic collapse, Leeds on their way through to the next round of the FA Women's National League plate, Jodie, and another competition for Leeds to try and go far in. We've got another change coming. Robson and Williams, just to try and see this out for the last couple of minutes. It looks like Ellis is one of the players that will be making way. As you say, Ellis offered a defensive structure today to the team. Not all about the flair. Worked very hard, as Abby Brown was going to get a round of applause that she deserves. She's been tremendous up front and got another goal and has led the line very well. Yeah,
I think both players had strong games today. Both contenders for player of the match for me. But it's good to see, obviously, Savannah Robson and Paige Williams getting some minutes in as well.
Taylor's pass, bit rushed. There is Witham. She deserves a goal. She's going to set off on her way now. Daniel Witham running through. She's going to get one chance at this. The keeper smothers. The Solihull players come off second best. She's taken her own teammate out. Woodruff needs to dance around the injured player. She's got to poke it towards goal, and the keeper kicks it out. And Solihull player is in some serious discomfort, and you can see that even Harley Savage, I think he's in pain after getting up off the deck. Well, the number 5 racing back has tried to get there in Downs, and she's taken one for the team in doing so. And of course, as an injured player, her health comes first, but the fact that her body was there, I think, has put off Amy Woodruff. Yeah. And it's going to hurt.
Yeah. Collision there with the keeper.
I think Daniel Witham was a little unlucky, but she certainly deserved to get on the score sheet just for that, again, that determination to get through. And it is that turn of speed she's got that causes so much problems for the teams in midfield.
Yeah, and just the fitness that she has to do that sprint in the 93rd minute. Just shows how fit she is and how focused she is to working so hard for the team. And unlucky not to get her on the score sheet itself.
Yeah, very unlucky indeed, as Downs is back on her feet trying to run off that problem she's picked up after colliding with her own goalkeeper. Into the 95th minute of the game, into the 5th minute of stoppage time. Leeds doing all they can to make sure this scoreline stays at 3-1. Where the Witham was played, they're doing all they can to make sure they get a fourth as well. And that poor ball out from Solihull was down to that pressure again from the front.
Still deep. Get him out. Get him out. You can press higher. Get him out. Out.
Hamill trying to direct traffic, make sure there's nobody sat too far back, and it is now into
Yes, captain.
Jenny Handy will look further downfield.
Press legs. Come on, Em.
Danby
Come on, Em.
into Hannon. He's just trying to see this game out. Here is Price.
There you
A
go.
bit too far in front of Danby, who can't bring it under control.
Get round there, Leone.
Price gets goal side
Get out.
and clears. The referee has a quick glance at the watch. Here is Woodruff to hold up the play. Into Witham. Solihull player goes to ground. Witham has a quick chuckle. Clearly the two don't agree with what's just happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the referee's blown for the first challenge. Possibly bringing the ball forward.
Yeah, Hannon steps up to take the free kick. Hamill alongside her. No reason for her to go too far forward and try and get involved. Cleared out to the wing. Danby, the up and under. Woodruff and Smart to chase. Woodruff
Legs off. Line out. Drop in.
not had too many touches. I think she's stepped offside in the build-up, so the linesman spotted that near side. So we still await that full-time whistle. Leeds 2-goal cushion at the Sotrac Stadium.
Yeah, come in.
Passmore and Co urging their team to make sure there's no more errors. Intercepted by Robson. Woodruff flicks on. Here comes Witham again. Witham gets to it. Strong challenge from Downs to stop it for a throw. Witham not happy. Very passionate player. Certainly lets her opinion be known. Robson down the line. Try and make sure that Leeds can get more territory, and that is the only involvement she had to do in the last few minutes because the referee has blown up for full time. So Leeds advance in the FA Women's National League plate thanks to a 3-1 success over Solihull Moors Women. Brown got the first after a team move involving several players, including the pass out wide from Ellis into Underdown Danby and then the cutback. Smart then scored the goal of the match in terms of aesthetically curling effort into the top corner. Danby scored at the near post for 3 before Hornsby got a consolation for Solihull Moors. Thanks again to Jodie Hunter alongside me, who has summarised today and given her opinion on what has been an enjoyable day at the office for Leeds United Women on their march in the Cup. And it is a 3-1 scoreline from the Sotrac Stadium. That's all then from here at LUTV for now.
Travel. Squeeze up, go. Deep, go, deep, go, deep, go, deep, go, deep. Have a look, like centre half. Come on, Sarah. She's in, set her. Go and finish. Wide of Macy. Great pass. Love the pass. Get in the box, wide. Yes, ready, Kathy Hamill. Right! Oh, get round. Get out there. Left wing's up first time. Bravo. Get in the box. Get in the box. Friday. Well, it down for a second. Stay in there. Have a chat. Hey! Move them feet, Kath! Move them feet! Round the corner. Good girl. Go for goal! Be positive! Rebound, where are we, motherfuckers? In the box, Kath, when it happens. Oh, hello. Finish. And again. Fast stick, Friday. That's across like a mogadon. Corner. Stay on side, Abby. Just stay on side. Go get it, Ab. Keep going, Kath. Deej is coming. Get in the box. Finish. No, finish. Fast stick. Fast stick. Go on, get after it, go on! Tap the crosses! Tap the crosses! Foul!
Charlotte Taylor! Well done! Yes, Stems!
Come back!
Excellent save, Harley! Rush the runner! It's offside! Lionel's off! Hey! Devin, keep coming! Stand side, Katie! Stand side, Katie! Stand side! Keep going! Keep going!
Step up! Step up!
Yes, Emily! Take your time, Emily! Yes! Brilliant! Oh, girls, it's a bit of hard work! Come on!
Drop him. There you go then, Spud! Attack the goal! Attack the goal! Attack the goal! Get in the corner!
Keep playing!
Good goal.